Hey everybody, this is an additional February 17th video for you. I was sitting here watching the Beatles when they first came into America in 1964. This one's actually the Hollywood Bowl before I was watching a Shea Stadium deal. But what I wanted to say about that is Sir Paul McCartney. Sir Paul McCartney. It is September 2018, I believe. September, I think. 2018. Went to London with my wife and kids at the same time. My pregnant wife, actually, and kid, and the other two at the same time. We went over to see Garbage play, actually, at Brixton, at the O2 in Brixton. And so while we were there in London, on a Saturday, we went up to Notting Hill and went to they have like every Saturday. I guess it's every Saturday they have like a bazaar there. The streets closed off and they have like all kinds of stuff going on or whatever. And this experience is really weird for me because it's kind of surreal because it was one of those things where you see like your mind catches up like a minute too late. So we're walking, I guess, north, and I cannot think of the street right now. I could look it up, but in Notting Hill anyway, in the Portobello Portobello Road. I'm sorry, I had a bit to drink. Anyway, so we're walking north-ish on Portobello Road. We just passed the Starbucks right on the left side, and the street's blocked off. And we're walking kind of along down the sidewalk, right? But like on the edge of the sidewalk, almost where the curb of the street. And in the gutter part of the street, coming up, we're walking north, walking south. With the family. The family's kind of walking ahead of me, and then this guy walks next to me, and I'm not paying attention, talking to them or whatever. And it was like one of those things where your brain catches up too late. I walk past, literally right next to me. I walk past this guy, and I'm like, a second later, like it just as soon as I pass him, my brain's like, wait a minute. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, it was Paul McCartney. I'm like, I'd recognize this person. I know this person from somewhere. Where do I know this? It's Paul fucking McCartney. I swear to God, in Notting Hill, in September of 2018, I walked right next to Paul McCartney on Portobello Road. And to be sure, so this was a Saturday, and, I actually Googled it and looked around to see if he was in town. Because, his daughter Stella lived in Notting Hill and had her office or whatever in Notting Hill. She, designer or whatever. And anyway, I looked to see if it's possible, was he in town? And he certainly was in London that weekend. So it just goes to show you, I don't know what it really goes to show you. It just kind of goes to show you that your brain can sometimes work slowly. It's like, I sit there and think, and at the time, Paul had, his hair was, like if you saw him in the media, his hair was kind of blonded, he put like, I don't know, blonde highlights or something in his hair or whatever at the time. He's an older man, obviously. But it was a surreal experience to realize that, and I'm not 100% sure it was him. I can't be 100% sure. But it's seriously one of those things where it's like, where do I know that person from? And then the realization hits you, it's fucking Paul McCartney that I just walked past. And I know this sounds silly and stupid, and people are thinking, oh, you're a drunk motherfucker, but whatever. Whatever. I know my truth. I'm going full Maggie here. I know my truth. But no, I honestly believe it actually was him. He's been known to do that. And that's the thing. You think, what would Paul McCartney be walking around on his own in Notting Hill and on a Saturday at Portobello Road? Apparently, he's been known to do that. So that is my memorable London experience, if I've ever had one. The show at O2 was great too. Garbage. They were absolutely great. It was a great time. But anyway, that's really all I had to say on this one. This is kind of an addendum. It's kind of like a real life addendum for me. But just, I guess the moral of this story is, take awareness. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, because you never know when you might be walking, next to like the world's most popular rock star. Have a good day.